Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. What's going on, Leon? Leon said, I made many attempts of listening to her in the past. Um, and you got me watching this bull hysterical bars rhyming, right? And so today we will be reviewing um Khadijah, right? Khadijah and Bo, and her conversation about the long suffering wife trope. Um, and we will be also reviewing a conversation she had with a Carrie's Sutra. Um, so let's get into it. I want to preface my statement by saying what we will not have as heterosexual black men. Number one, I understand that black women, whether they realize it or not, I think the Khadijas of the world might realize it. Um, yeah, so what's not going to happen is we're not going to turn the black community into the hive, right? What does that mean, Z? A handful of breeder men, LGBTQ men that pay fealty to black women, a bunch of community eunuch builder drone ass black men, and queen mother goddess, pretty much all black women, but obviously because it's a tiered system, elite black women who get to decide who's going to be the worker bee and the drone and the breeder bees. Yeah, what we're not going to do. Oh, okay. I'm fading in and out, right? And especially for the second clip, what was very interesting with the conversation with Miss Carrie Sutra and with Khadijah is Miss Carrie Sutra speaking about chaos. And when she said chaos, I thought chaos magic, and I thought the Scarlet Witch, and then I thought of how much when the Doctor Strange movie, the second one came out, I kept on stressing to y'all need to see that movie, y'all need to see that movie, right? Because the Scarlet Witch in that second Doctor Strange movie is black women, right? And I really think this is about using tropes like this, the long suffering wife. And there's a whole lot of like androgynous, non-binary talk, pansexual talk going on here, right? There's a whole lot of that going on here. Vic said, I just couldn't do it. Vic, you couldn't get through it. Hey, it's fascinating listening to these people like intellectualize their want to, essentially for them it's like tear down any norms. They just, if you, Vic, if you couldn't get through the think piece that Khadijah made, that when it was 30 some odd minutes, maybe it was an hour, it was actually an hour, whatever long, you really wouldn't be able to get through the conversation she had with Miss Carrie Sutra, because all it is a whole lot of pontification and 4 and 5 syllable words, and they touch on a couple of things that I think we would agree with. But at the end of the day, it really is smart, witty, intelligent women just finding different ways of saying, I don't want to follow no goddamn norms and rules. To hell with whatever is socially acceptable. To hell with all, burn all of it. I want to be who I want to be, whatever I want to be, whatever that is. Right? And that's like they could have literally said this within a couple minutes. Right? It is just two smart women, queer well for Khadijah, she claims pansexual. I don't know about Miss Carrie Sutra, but just two queer women just finding polysyllabic, verbose ways of saying F all that. I want to do what I want to do, however I want to do it, and that's what it is. And it didn't have to take 2 hours for y'all to say that though, right? Something I definitely want to touch on is Khadijah stressing that her mother raised her to be able to do all the wifely things, the taking care of a man, the cooking, the cleaning, the whatever. And she just refuses to engage in that. And there's a bit of resentment there. It's interesting listening to black women. I said it to y'all. A lot of the women y'all are coming into contact with in your late 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, and they seem like the resentment is not, they have a resentment from ex-husbands, and they have resentment, um adulthood resentment, of course, but a lot of that is childhood resentment. It's childhood rejection trauma. There's resentment from um I had to wash the dishes but my brother didn't, right? We saw this with Jessie Wu when she was saying how her mother coddles her two brothers, right? So I'm glad that Khadijah actually said it, as if as if men and boys don't have resentments too. Y'all wanted to be on the roof helping your uncle roof, huh? Y'all wanted to be outside cutting grass in hot summers or during hot summers, huh? This resentment, I'm glad. So you come into contact with these women and they just refuse to cook, or if they cook for you, they make such a big deal of it. Yeah, because she's still resentful that she might have had to cook when she was 13 or 14 years old. Vincent said, I was trying to get through it. What's going on, Israel? Right? And Vince says they want all the power and no responsibility. Bruh, I essentially I spent the better part of, and it wasn't just this morning. I've been, listening to it here and there throughout work, and obviously this morning I finished up the better part of what, 3 hours, give or take. The better part of 3 hours, give or take, listening to Khadijah and then Miss Carrie Sutton just find polysyllabic way of saying, yeah, I just want to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, whenever I want to do it. And to hell with the hell black men talking about. Now, they weren't necessarily mean about it. Khadijah definitely has a cutesy way of speaking. She's not as offensive as a Bowser, right? But let's be very clear. Men ain't signing up for this because we know what it's going to be in the end. We know what it's going to be in the end, especially Khadijah says she got a thing for dark skinned brothers with dreads or locks. We know what it's going to be in the end. You know what it's going to be in the end? If we let people like you run this, it's going to be a handful of breeder men. So I guess for Khadijah, it would be you dark skinned brothers, you Vic, dark skinned brothers with dreads, right? A handful of breeder men, a whole lot of community eunuchs, and whatever chaos y'all got going on in the black community, like right now, it just be what it is, right? So this long-suffering wife trope is women, you know, I think I can't find the word, so I think the closest word I can say is being quote unquote stoic, but women keeping up appearances, um, and holding their man down, um, in the home, outside, in public, and putting their needs and wants and desires on the back burner to support the family and to support their man. And this is coming after Khadijah reviewed what I was speaking about yesterday with AD, off of what's the name of that show again? And what I guess it sparked in Khadijah is the long suffering wife trope, you know, you see this, and you see this everywhere, from the FD signifier and foreign man in a foreign land, and Eddie, Josh, and Alvin and the Chipmunks, Ed and Eddie. You see this among the women, like a Khadijah, like a Bowser. You see this in all these spaces, which is like, once again, standpoint. We're viewing the world from the black woman's lens, and whatever she thinks and who definitely feels, and that's the standpoint we're going to view everything from. And so the long suffering wife trope lends itself well to a community that essentially wants to turn your average black man into a community eunuch. Provide, protect, and shut up. Right? Because the performance of femininity, which they would argue is a white colonial version of femininity, and why can't we both just move in and out, and men have the feminine and women have the masculine, and you should be able to like flow in and out of it, and yawn. Once again, polysyllabic way of just saying, I don't want to stand by no rules, and I want to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it, however I want to do it. Right? So this long suffering wife trope, as if there's not long suffering husbands. I would like to direct you to the divorce court. Long suffering wife. This is, I guess, why they excuse 70 and 80% of divorces filed by women. I guess that's because she was, quote unquote, a long suffering wife. I guess this is why they're torpedoing marriages in the black community. Black women, within 5 years, because they were, quote unquote, long suffering wives. Right? So, we have this going on, and this and it's interesting listening to Khadijah get to this place. And remember, Khadijah isn't even the most toxic of them when it comes to the rhetoric. Right? She's not even the most abrasive. She's not as abrasive, and she's not the worst. Right? The long suffering wife, and holding it down, and holding your man down. And it's interesting also listening to black women more and more try to, and particularly like the Khadijah types, kind of try to sideline the providership and the money part. Right? Because now for the longest, black women kept on talking like they earn more than black men. But now that the data's punching them in the face that no, it might be by a dollar or two, but black men still earn more than black women. So now they're just trying to find ways of saying, well, okay, so black men are. I'm, okay, I'm not gonna say that they. I'm not gonna say they're providers, but okay, maybe they're not the financial burden that we said they were before. Okay, fine, but it doesn't matter because we do all of this uplifting. We hold down the family, and we raise the kids, and we hold him down, and we gotta be presentable in public, and then we got to be the prawn star at home, and we have to be the ultimate mother, and then we got to be the ultimate wife, and then what wife? Most black women aren't married, nor will they get married. Okay, yeah, right. So their way of marginalizing the money aspect, the part that they keep on complaining about, when they realize that black men earn more than black women, so that's no longer going to be an excuse for why you're an a-hole. Um, Now we're doing but that twos and fews that you earn more doesn't make up for the fact that I have to be superwoman. Right? So, you know, the long suffering wife thing, in this pansexual talk, in this androgyny and non-binary talk, it's so, and y'all give Z a second. I'm sorry, y'all. Sirens, sirens, of course. Um, but yeah, the long suffering wife trope. First of all, y'all got to remember, most of y'all, I don't know how many of y'all gonna walk down that aisle. That's number one. And let me be very clear. Khadijah, you are rare, and the fact that you own that you're pansexual, fine. I want to be very clear. What women, black women especially, are not going to get to do is turn on their femininity on an on and off switch, because the men have to still be the ultimate provider, right? What it really is you have to stay provider while get to do whatever the hell I want to do, whenever I want to do it, however I want to do it, right? This is where FD signifier comes in and say they want autonomy and stability. Autonomy, right? And maybe we need to look up the definition of autonomy so that we really, you know, put a foot down. Y'all give Mr. Z 1 second. And there we go. Autonomy, the right or condition of self governance. Okay. And that's the first definition. The second definition is the capacity of an agent to act in accordance with objective morality rather than under the influence of desires. Okay, that's probably not the one that we're going for. The right or condition of self-governance. Okay. And y'all wonder why so many black men are dating out and marrying out. Because we're supposed to what? Subsidize women that want to be free and do whatever they want and go in and out of their feminine and their masculine, and you're supposed to subsidize that behavior, right? And provide for these women the security and the ability for them to be autonomous simultaneously. And if you don't, then God forbid you're married to one and she's what, a long suffering wife. I should have put in the link, um, and actually I'm going to do it afterward. Mary J. Blige ain't gonna cry, because that's all I hear here. That's all I hear. I was your lover and your secretary. That's all I hear. Working every day of the week. That's all I hear. Right? Jason, who's the blonde chick? That's Khadijah. That's the whole. That's her channel. That's really who I'm reviewing, and some of her takes um on this what's it called, Finding Love. I can't remember the name of the show, right? But everybody's giving their take on it, and I guess it's one of those you should have been there type situations. But we're speaking about this idea of the long suffering wife, because the long suffering wife has to perform these duties day in and day out while holding down the family and holding down her man and putting her desires second or third, right? And so that causes her to suffer, but she's suffering in silence. How long is long suffering wife when black women are filing for divorce within 5 years? They also bring up because I don't really think the issue that we're having here. Let me get right to it. I don't think Khadijah and them, and if they're being genuine actors, right? We're not saying I'm in this part of conversation. I'm speaking as if I'm not considering that they could be working for the Muhaha folks. Okay, fine. I think they're woefully naive if they don't consider how this is a class game. And why is it that a class and race game? Why is it that a certain class of people is still getting married and staying married? And they seem to be the ones, at least in our face, that are the least likely to engage in these alternative sexual lifestyles, right? Huh. So they bring up excuse me, South Korea and Japan, and say, as you can see in these developed countries, once women get their power, and Miss Carrie Sutra is very interesting. Her talk of power. It is a lot of Miss Carrie Sutra. A lot of what you're saying with power, all of that gets null and void with men's indifference. Can't really have power over much if I'm not there, which would explain why black men aren't in the black community. Okay, anyway, but they bring up South Korea and Japan and say, as you can see, once women have their power, the birth rate goes to crap. Yeah, and that's why the government of South Korea is trying to figure out how the hell they're going to pay for these women when they become older and they can no longer work and they never had a husband and they don't have any children. I want to be very clear. Mr. Z does believe in community. Khadijah said something on her think piece about how capitalism, and I don't even recall if she said something about race also, but capitalism and the way it frames things, it strips community, it strips you of connecting to others outside of this one nuclear family unit. Um, I agree with her actually. The difference is, where do you go from there? Mr. Z is not about community when what you really are saying is a community full of community eunuch men, drones, queen mother goddess women, and a handful of breeder bee men. And that's a community. I know, Miss Khadijah, if you ever hear this, I know you don't think that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. That's what it would be. Knowing the black community, oh, you better, but wait a minute, Z? Huh. Khadijah mentioned the fact that it's only about 30% of marriages in the black community. I wonder why. Is it because a lot of the brothers are dating out more and more? Huh. Brothers are talking about SYSBM and passport bros? Huh. I wonder, is it because they don't want to be part of this goddamn quote unquote community? Well, we got a handful of breeder bees, a whole lot of drones, a whole lot of community eunuchs. Right? And Azriel says, Z, have you seen black women making videos celebrating what's going on in Korea, and basically telling women to hold the line? These women are too loco. Bro, I've seen it. I've seen the comments. I've seen them. They could say that, and black women love to see a woman give a man a middle finger. Oh, they ain't nothing they like more than seeing women give men the middle finger. So they will encourage, right, South Korean women to give South Korean men the middle finger right up until, not even right up until, they will encourage them to do that to South Korean women's detriment. South Korean women, you listen to black women if you want to. Your government already now is like, oh crap, how the hell are we supposed to pay and subsidize these women? as they retire because the florist didn't earn enough. In her working years, she didn't earn enough. Now she doesn't have any children and she never got married. How the hell are we? And the birth rate is going to the crapper. So it's not even like we have 2-for-1 people paying for her, 3-for-1 people paying for her as she aged. I want to be very clear. The Khadijas of the world might be highly educated. The Miss Carrie Sutras might be educated, but your average black woman can't see past her nose. She knows she just want to get black men back. She wants to get black men back for not making her an upper middle class white woman. And so yes, you're gonna have this soft genocidal, soft eugenics language. Of course. This is where, well, it wasn't even soft. This is where Cynthia G come in. This is where Real Talk with Yanni come in. This is where Chrissy comes in. The unforgivable sin, oftentimes for women of color, for men of color, not particularly black men, of course, in the black community, not making them upper middle class white women, definitely socio-politically, but economically also, obviously, is, well, we shouldn't have your kids. We shouldn't marry you. We shouldn't have your kids. Okay, then. Right? And that ties in perfectly to the long-suffering wife trope. Because Khadijah mentions also, the caretaker role and how the one thing about South Korea is that you become the caretaker of even your in-laws, and how many South Korean women aren't signing up for that. I want to be very clear. This ties to a stream I did not this past Christmas, 2023 Christmas, but 2022's Christmas. Dear black women, if there's a true gender war, a gender conflict, particularly on the internet, but it's leaking off the internet. What it was already real in real life, but some of the rhetoric and the ideas are leaking off the internet into real life. Fine. If there is a true gender conflict, gender war, I want you to understand black men will lose the gender war. There, I said it. Black men will lose the gender war. Here's the problem: black women will lose the gender war harder. Uh oh. Black women will lose the gender war harder. Why did you mention that, Z? Because if black women think you're going to encourage South Korean women to not have children and to decrease the birth rate and to not get married and to F those Korean men because you're living vicariously through them, and y'all love cheering on women, giving men the middle finger. That's what y'all do to yourselves within the black community. Understand something. Men are still men. Men are still in this country. Black men are still in this country. South Korean men are still in South Korea. And they can still make women feel the pain that y'all ain't built for. It's called indifference. Right? I don't know what black women think. I think they think a fight is they wail on a person, they punch a person in the face, they kick him in the right, stomp him in the nuts, stomp him in the nuts. Shout out to the Boondocks. They stomp him in the groin area. Um, you know, like one hit a quitter, one shot the opponent. I think that's what they think, or that's what they feel a fight is. No, right? And y'all gives you 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm sorry, y'all. Sirens are going off behind me, so that's why I'm muted right now. You'll talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. Okay, so and Passport OG is here, which is good because he's in that area of the world. He's in that general area of the world. And Passport OG says, not to mention lifelong working single Korean men don't white knight like us. Yeah, and I think that's we're gonna see what this temper tantrum from women across the developed world, the quote unquote developed world, right? First world, that's a white political term, but okay, fine. Um, we're gonna see what that looks like in 20 and 30 years, in 40 years, right? Because if women are complaining now about men's indifference, if black women are complaining now, I had a flat tire and like nobody stopped to help me for like an hour, like or nobody stopped to help me at all, and black men saw me and they didn't do anything, and like no one helped me. If you're complaining now, wait until men, black men namely, ratchet up that indifference even more. Which, by the way, Mr. Z has said on record, I want to say it again. This is not sustainable. I am not an advocate of this, but I gotta say, black women, this is what you want. You have to be ready to take L's too. I want to be very clear. In your quest to give black men the middle finger, right? In your quest to live this chaotic, do what you want to do with whoever you want to do it with, whenever you want to do it, no rules, no regulations, negative liberty life. In your pursuit of that, you have to know that black men are going to say, all right, fine, you can have that. I'm not here though. You can have that. So the goal of socializing black men to, once again, as FD Signifier said, provide black women with the space to be autonomous while providing them security? Absolutely not. You can have your autonomy. You can have that. And hopefully y'all provide each other with the security. This is why black women are the most same-sex loving group of people in America. And thank you very much. And Mr. Donnie Max says, tread carefully for anyone who wants to review the quote unquote Love is Blind couple Clay and AD, and exactly that's the couple I'm speaking of, right? Huh? Ishmael says, Z, are you saying that black men will quietly decenter black women? Say it ain't so, and that's all it is. We don't have to announce it the way Real Talk with Yanni did, right? Yes, we have SYSBM. Yes, we have Passport Bros. But what often goes, how how the framing of this goes is how Melissa Ford framed it, right? And the reason why Melissa Ford framed it like that, they're saying that we're mean. Well, y'all are. They're going there for more feminine women. Like, are you trying to shame men for going overseas to find potential wives because they don't want to deal with mean, non-feminine black American women? Do you understand how you sound? Do you hear yourself? They're saying we're mean. That's because y'all are. They're going over there because they say those women are more feminine because maybe they are, right? And Passport OG says, Z, your girl Yanni is talking about going celibate. If you aren't or can't have any kids, sex is just feel good exercise. Black women not having kids is a matter of a plan. Yeah, a master plan. Yeah, and it really, and I want to be very clear because Miss Karen Sutra and Khadijah really underestimate the money part. I am so tired of us stressing this. Let me say it slow. By the way, she's more institutionally educated than me. How did she not? And I really think this like then she's not considering this. Y'all really think that the more money you make, the higher it puts you up in men's eyes. Notice I didn't just say black men. Okay, fine, right? That's what you're trying to convince yourself of. But here's the issue, ladies. The more you earn, the more status you gather, the higher you put the bar to the point where you put the bar to impossible. That's on you, black women. Say it with me now. It's a pimp named Slickback. You gotta say the whole thing. Ladies, it's on you, black women. That's on you. Right? So with going to what Passport OG is saying with Real Talk with Yanni, tying that also to the subject matter, we're having this weird disconnect where women like Yanni have their YouTube fame, they're earning a sizable amount, they're earning more than what 90% of Americans, give or take. So Real Talk with Yanni is earning more than 90% of Americans. That's Americans in general. That's not just black men or black women or the black community. That's Americans in general. And when you're a black woman, from my understanding, Yanni said she's 5'10". Okay. I don't find Yanni unattractive. 5'10", but she's still a black woman, so there you go. Black woman in America. 5'10" black woman who earns six figures. Huh. And is snarky and has the whole black girl sass attitude going on. Of course you're gonna say decenter man, Yanni. You got nowhere else to go. Yanni, of course you're going to say decenter men. Of course you are. Of course you're going to speak about black men the way you do. Of course you are. And by the way, Passport OG, yeah, I thought she was celibate already, right? I thought she said she was celibate already. So let me get this right. And shout out to, once again, to even Chrissy when she was, when she sounded real sober and speaking about being in her luxury apartment by herself. This was a couple of years ago at this point, but I'm not ever going to let her forget it. Let me get this right. Y'all start channels. Okay, fine. Eventually, your channel gets to the place where black men ain't ish. All right, cool. And even you women, with Chrissy, mind you, Yanni, although she talk about kind of being open to non-black men, Yanni wants her a black man. Chrissy is out there for anyone apparently. But either way, they're following down the same track. So you have two women that pretty much say middle finger to men, particularly black men. They're earning pretty good money off of YouTube. We don't know what Chrissy looked like exactly, but we know what Yanni looked like. And both of these women are single as hell. At least last time we checked. Right? There's a cost to this, ladies. So while Khadijah's over here making think pieces about the long suffering wife and black women being raised to hold it down and the resentment that black women feel or women in general feel for the chores that they had to do as children. And yeah, look, y'all really don't want to engage in this because women's indifference towards men is way different than men's indifference towards women. Women's indifferent towards men, y'all are dear black women in general, black women specifically. You really don't want to see what a world of men throwing their hands up. They don't care. They see you on the side of the road. They see you got into an accident. You might have drove off the side of the expressway. They just keep on going. You don't want to see a world where grandma's struggling with her groceries and nobody walks up to help her. You don't want to see a world like that when it comes to men. You don't. But you will. Y'all think y'all could get men in general, black men specifically, to invest in a community where they're not having sex, they don't have any children, and they don't have a wife or a girlfriend. Have fun with that. 20-30% of men, and I'm, throwing a number out there, 20-30% of men are having all the sex. Maybe another 20% are in a relationship, 30% are in a relationship, having sex with their one partner, maybe a side chick. And then you have a good another third of men, nothing. Yeah, have fun with that. And that's supposed you're gonna build a society off of that? You're gonna build a community and maintain a community with that? Have fun. Have fun. If that's the case, you better hope capitalism continues. Because that means that the men literally have to work to eat. Because if you create anything more equal, and this is still the environment for young men, men in general, young men specifically, oh, you have fun trying to build and maintain a society where at least a third of men have no girlfriend, no wife, no sex, no kids. Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, right. You'll have way bigger concerns than the quote unquote long suffering wife trope. And DA says Yenny has been celibate for a few years. That's what I thought. Right. And Eric Deadman says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Eric Deadman says, Z, they already have autonomy. They want protection from the negative consequences of their autonomy. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Black women already, was it Zora Neale Hurston? The two freest people in America are white men and black women. Black women, you already have your autonomy. You just don't like what it looked like when the receipt gets printed and given to you or shoved in your hands. You don't like what it looked like. You don't like the cost of it. You have your autonomy already. Black men are not going to be these cannon fodder soldiers for you for the fallout of your own actions, your own feelings, your own thoughts. Right? The cleanup man for your problems. Mr. Donnie Maxon, abstinent or celibate? Does she know the difference? Good question. Right. And once again, Eric, thank you for the super chat. I mean, if we're tying the Yanny and this kind of celibate thing into the conversation, well, you could not be a long suffering wife. You know, I don't know how many of you have seen it twice. I don't know if I saved it or I bookmarked it, but the clip with I want to say, was it a white woman, a white female comedian, and she's speaking about and I'm gonna paraphrase because I don't remember exactly all the way, but essentially she was like saying like, and if somebody have seen it, send it to me, please. Um, the that they might have took this feminism and female empowerment thing too far, because now like men will watch women like her struggle, and it's always the smallest, most petite woman that'll help her with her luggage or with anything. And now it's two little women struggling while the men are just standing back and watching them struggle. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, y'all being nasty and petty. First, no. But even if we were as men, and so what? I said it. This is not sustainable. This is not sustainable for a nation. This is not sustainable for a community. But, dear women in general, black women specifically, this is what you get. You weaponize Me Too against regular men. Yeah, a couple of celebrity men fell. Yeah, you weaponize Me Too. There's the street harassment campaign from a few years ago, right? All this predator talk and fine. Men said, all right, then bet. I hear you. There's a cost to that. There's a cost to it. And Mr. Shook to you says older white women are all excuse me, older white women are on Twitter talking about how young white men are so unmotivated, smoking, gaming in their parents' basements, and not interested in relationships. Why would they be? Right? Why would they be? Okay, in the black community, we get divorced within 5 years. In white society, is what, within 8 years? Whoopoo! 3 more years. That means you popped out another kid. Maybe. Huh. Why would they be? So y'all really, so let me get this right. Y'all really think that men are gonna build and maintain a nation without being attached to the women? Sexually? Have fun with that. Without being attached to the women through children? Yeah, have fun with that. I told y'all, it don't gotta be most men. It don't even have to be half. A critical mass. A critical mass of men go indifferent and all of this starts looking ugly. All of this starts looking ugly. Right? The men are saying it like, and once again, if you listen to Khadijah speak, if you listen to Miss Karen Sutra speak, I want to be very clear. Y'all could talk all that power talk all you want as black women. I said it to y'all before. It's not going to be black men that put a foot in y'all ass. It's going to be white men. And let's not forget, they still got the power to do it. Y'all could talk all this female divine power crap all you want. I'm not going to say that women don't have a certain level of power and influence, but what does it mean when men become indifferent? What is your power with no men around or fewer and fewer men around? What does that mean? A whole lot of women munching on vagina? The men are showing, young men are showing you through action, yeah, about that. I ain't signing up. Nope. Men are not signing up for provide, protect, and shut up. They're not. And speaking of this situation on this show, what Finding Love, the Clay and AD conversation, and they took that and they expounded on it, and you know, and they seem like two intelligent women, but once again, it's intelligence to the side. It's just a polysyllabic, verbose way of saying, I want to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, with no rules and regulations, and not having to consider society and societal mechanisms and what makes things move. Because these people really, these once again, postmodern, whoa, 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 definitely post-structural people that really think you can socialize men to do for women, to do for children, and they're not having sex, and they don't have kids of their own, to do for a family that's not theirs, um, right? A community that rejected them, and a nation that doesn't care anything about them. They think you can socialize men to do in that society without having a physical attachment to women and children, a biological attachment to children, right? Mr. Shukti, you said, congratulations, young white men are now dusty. Man, don't let black women hear you say that. They're not going to know what to do with themselves. What do black women do when they can no longer throw white men in black men's faces? Right? What is a black woman to do when she no longer has the escape hatch plan of ending up with a white man? Ooh, look, rhyming, right? And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. These black women thought pieces, hysterical, are starting to sound like the feeble ramblings of children making wish lists. Ooh, we can have it all. All we need is black women to go completely against their self-interest, unicorn dust, and was that leprechaun farts? Hysterical. No, really, it really does sound like a wish list. And as a matter of fact, Miss Karen Sutra was speaking. Women get into the different sides of themselves, these different kind of personas. Um, and Miss Karen Sutra speaks of the 12-year-old version of her, and I can't remember what name she used, and I think what did she say something? No, she didn't say indecisive, but it's like kind of like a pouty kind of um version of herself, and I'm like, y'all are just finding just weird ways of saying like I want to do or be what I want to do or be whenever I want to do or be that, and I think that's okay. That is okay, but eat the consequences of it though. And like as I say often, the women that I review on social media are financially, they're doing okay. Academically, oftentimes they're doing okay, better than okay. Their subscribers and listeners, though, that's a whole different conversation now, isn't it? Right? So while they preach and wax poetic about this and that and the way things should be, and that sounds nice, but right? And that we can have it all, man. And maybe I have to. I think I'm gonna go back and review that. I wanted to do it when Kevin passed. Well, as a matter of fact, I wanted to review this a little bit before Kevin passed, but after he passed, I definitely wanted to review it. But Shay Sade beat me to it. It was black women speaking of like voodoo, okomi, like all this different spirituality, spiritual practices. Um, manifesting and all this other stuff. Um, and one thing that stood out to me a lot is one of the young ladies that was against the kind of rules that they had over there. Because yes, even in those spaces, they have rules, and you have to be certified for you to be a practitioner of whatever the hell, right? A high priestess of whatever the hell their practice over there. And that young lady was like, "Well, no, we got to get rid of that. I don't like this thing that you have to go through this." Essentially, what she was saying, you have to go through this rigmarole to be certified, and she wants to get rid of that. And I'm like, so even in those spaces, you want to shred the rules, and that's all it is at the end of the day now, isn't it? Go to what KMS says, we can have it all. Isn't that all it is at the end of the day? This is why I mentioned once again Scarlet Witch in the second Doctor Strange movie, willing to destroy multiple universes for a dream, right? Is that not black women shredding themselves, shredding the children, shredding black men, right? For the dream of being upper middle class and above white women, rich white women? Isn't that the dream? And Mr. Donnie Mack says, we all must choose between autonomy and security. Excuse me, you get more of one by sacrificing the other. You can't have both. I agree. Right? I agree. And that's the issue that these people are having now. And that's why black men are supposed to provide them with the security because it's ugly out there. As much as they want to say that white folks modernized, it's ugly out there. Black women feel it. They feel we talk about the good old boys, right? White men and their organizations. But what about the good old girls? White women and their organizations. Black women feel that. They feel the Latina sisterhood pressing up against them. They feel that white sister girlhood, excuse me, sister girlhood, that white woman, those white women organizations, those white women groups, the white sisterhood pressing up against them. They feel that. They feel that when they're in these spaces and they're the only black person, a black woman, and like none of the white folks really mess with them like that. Maybe one. It's ugly out there. But black women, guess what you don't get to do? You don't get to talk crap about black men, and then somehow magically black men are supposed to be rah rah rah, ride or die for you. Absolutely not. You can couch it however you want. Absolutely not. Right? And KMS says again, and thank you for this super chat. If women's indifference is not giving plants fertilizer, men's indifference is removing water and sunlight. The impact is greater by magnitudes. I agree. But that's something that they're just going to have to experience and then know that that's what they experienced. Black women are experiencing that now, actually. Black women are experiencing that now. Their ego won't let them admit it, though. This is how you lose the quote unquote gender war. Right? This is how you lose it because black men are willing to go through more than black women because black men go through more than black women. This is not black women playing the oppression Olympics game in front of white folks on these college and university campuses. This is the real thing. This is not black women intellectualizing their misandry to get a couple more dollars from racist white society. No, this is the real thing, right? Thank you, Better You. The people you're talking about are experiencing the consequences of their own radical freedom. But is that really freedom, though? Is it really freedom to go off of every whim you have? How free are you if you're a slave to your emotions? How free are you really when you don't have a space, or you don't have a person, you don't have a man to confide in after you come home from work with them racist ass white folks, whether they're racist ass white conservatives or racist ass white liberals? How free are you exactly? Right? That's why you notice I don't use the word freedom in place of negative liberty. There's a difference. Eric, I put money most of them don't. And Eric says, do black women know about the Daughters of the Confederacy? Absolutely not. And there's some lessons to be learned with that. The Daughters of the Confederacy watched their fathers get a foot put up in their ass, and they still advocated, their grandfathers, and they still went around the country putting up monuments to losers. Let's say that again. White women went around the country, because they're not only found in the deep south. White women went all around the country speaking to politicians all around the country, local politicians all around the country, so that they could put monuments up in public spaces, mind you. They could erect monuments for losers who not only were losers, but simply also on the wrong side of history. Huh. So for black women to be attached to black men and call black men dusties and losers, and while white women, white Confederate women, white well, now would be considered white right, but at that time would be white left. Well, it wouldn't be, it still wouldn't have been left, but I guess white Democrat women from yesteryear went around the country erecting monuments to losers who were on the wrong side of history. Thank you, Trill. Losers and traitors, right? Huh. So I agree with KMS, and that's another way of what I was saying before. Black men don't win this, but neither do black women, and black women lose harder. It's that simple. Black women lose harder, right? Huh. So tying that to the long-suffering wife trope. Look, black women, you don't have to play this particular role. You don't have to be in these relationships. You don't have to be with black men. Then enjoy eating vagina. And by the way, Khadijah made a comment about this a few months ago, maybe a couple months ago, on one of her think pieces. I want to say it was the hetero pessimism think piece. If I remember correctly, I think it might have been the hetero pessimism think piece, where she kind of made this kind of throwaway comment, excuse me, about how men pretty much tell women, well, if you don't like it, then leave. And what she said is, men's attitude as well, like, if you don't like it, then go date women. And yes, 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 Khadija, you're absolutely right. That is exactly what Z is saying. That is exactly, and Z is saying that if you have an issue with the way we move here and what black men think, say, feel, and consider, if you really have an issue with it, that's okay. Go get in line, go fight Latina and Asian women and indigenous women for the white man. Oh, obviously, and other white women. Stay single with your rose toy, or go eat vagina. Yes, go enter a same-sex loving relationship or situationship or whatever the hell y'all got going on over there. Yes, Z is saying that. Yes, the Black Manosphere is saying that. And through action, other black men are saying that also. Yes, we are saying that. And why not? Right? Long suffering wife. Okay, cool. I don't want to torture anyone. I don't want to be seen as a villain. I am not a villain. Okay, cool. Long suffering wife. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Right. And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Huh. So you hear Miss Karen Sutra speak about chaos. Huh. Whew. Yep. Yep. We're there. We're there. Right. You see them speak about the different sides of yourself. And men have the feminine also, and women have the masculine, which is true. Which is true. We just know where we're going to end up following your line of logic, if that's what you call it. Right. So this long-suffering wife trope, you can not engage in this relationship, right? You cannot engage in this relationship. And the reason why I said the Hive model in my title is to emphasize what this would eventually look like. As a matter of fact, Tanya TKO spoke to something like this a little while ago when she was speaking about poly relationships and why not be, one of the wives to a rich man. He's pretty much not going to ever need you. And he's going to pretty much fund your life. And she was just talking, right? And I think that's the goal, to end up with a rich man who has so many different women. He has so much money that he gives you your little allowance, and for him it's little, but for you, you get to stun on I guess other women who don't have a sugar daddy this way. Sorry, husband. Um, right? And he like rarely, if ever, calls you for your triple X fun. That's what it looks like the goal is for here, for real, right? And Detroit says, "You seen the Country Wayne skit? No, no." Right. Hmm. That gives you 1 second. And we're back. Leon, look, I gotta read it because it's a super chat, but Mr. Z does not approve of this message. I do not approve of this message, right? And Leon says, and thank you for the super chat. No, Z, I want FD's lovely wife. No ownership of his wife. I gotta be progressive, hysterical. I wish she would tell these women to remain resilient, hysterical. And they would maybe argue, and we already know this as leftists, Leon, they would argue they already are. That would be the argument, that women are already resilient, particularly black women. Black women, this is where intersectionality come in. Black women are both black and woman, and if they're LGBTQ, and LGBTQ in a racist, patriarchal, colorist, sexist society, and then we're black women, so misogyny and war and capitalists and different hierarchies of oppression, and They would say they already are resilient because they stand in the face of all of that every day and still, for the most part, are productive members of society, and they look out for the and they're the backbone of the black community. So there's that part. They would say they're resilient already. That's the thing. They would say they are resilient already. It's us who weaponize our incompetence. It's us as men, black men specifically, who weaponize our incompetence, who are tierists to black women, who don't show up for the community, don't show up for black women, are colorist, featurist, texturist, a-holes, and yeah, we're the ones who lack resilience. Let them tell it. And by the way, resilience in the face of what? Fine, black men lack resilience. Resilience in the face of what? What are black men bouncing back from? What do they have to be resilient to? Right? Absolutely insane. And once again, KMS, thank you for the super chat. And once again, Leon, thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right? So I'm covering this to say this is what it leads to. We lead to a community full of um worker bees, once again, community eunuchs. We lead to a community with a couple of breeder bees, a whole lot of drones, right? Huh. Cheryl says resilience in a dust storm. Hysterical, right? That sounds about right. So you have these very intelligent, and I'll give that to Khadijah. Um, intelligent, well-spoken women who are just finding little interesting convoluted ways of saying I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it how I want to do it, and I don't want to follow any rules, norms. I don't want to practice this quote unquote type of discipline. And Khadijah straight up said it, like, I was raised to be, do the wifely duties, right? I know how to cook, I know how to clean, and I believe her. I believe her. And what did she say? Yeah, but I'm not though. That's perfectly okay. And she resents having to do that when she was a child. I think what's interesting about where we are now, women feel guilty for doing things for the express pleasure of men, even for the express pleasure of their actual boyfriend or husband, maybe. That's what we are now. And we've made it way too comfortable for adult women to mistreat adult men because they're resentful about childhood trauma, youth rejection, etc., etc. So it's okay to be disrespectful and mean and sexist towards black men. We allowed too many black women to think it's okay to harp on childhood rejection trauma. Talk about resilience, Trill, right? That, like, how resilient are black women when we let them talk long enough? We're gonna go back to 8 years old, or the eighth grade, or when I was 16, right? How resilient are they exactly? While we're being told to be more quote unquote resilient, right? We're told to be resilient. Black women, on the other hand, they're actually encouraged to give black men the middle finger, right? And who I was listening to, no, yeah, no, even Khadijah's like, these women are a bit much when it comes to going at the men, but then she'll try to contextualize it. So this just reminds me of listening to Donovan on Stranger Fruit, and they were supposed to be talking about the gender war, and the gender war just ended up being a conversation of how men are f ups, black men in particular, right? Huh. Yeah. And on that note, everyone, all because I'm considering where we go from this point, and I think we're already going in that direction, which is brothers that's SYSBM, um, brothers that are doing passport bros, men that are indifferent, black men in particular that are indifferent. Black women are dealing with the consequences of this now. This is why we're hearing more and more, and this is why also I think they're attempting to bring in people to um, take away the quote unquote toxicity, right? What was it? Detoxify manosphere spaces. And Eric just put a link up. Give me a second, Eric. Let me see if I can click that link. Give me 1 second. And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Let's see. Will it let me go? Wait a minute. Come on, internet. Okay. Out here sounding like a complete and entire child. Chill. Do not attempt to build with women like this. Oh, okay. Let me see what this is. Let's see what it will it let me play it. Oh crap, it does. All right, y'all give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let me see what Leon just let me see. I said Leon. Let me see what Eric just put here. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I just clicked the link, by the way, that Eric put in there. Leon got another one, and I'll click that in a minute. Give me a second. What are we gonna we turning Z's channel into mediocre tutorial and reviews? I guess y'all give me 1 second. Y'all talk among yourselves. And we're back. So first, let's go through this. Eric, I saw this clip already, right? So, but I wanted to watch it again so I can remember exactly what she said. One, she straight up said, "I want to do what I want to do," and when you call me out, I get defensive. Yeah. And I mean, like, what else is there to say? She said it all. This is why Z says, let them talk. This is why I say, let them talk. Look, I know, brothers, I know we're tired. If you, let me get into my BGS bag. If you want to salvage the black community, you got to let black women put their foot in their mouth. And they're really good at not putting their foot in their mouth initially. That's why you have to let them talk because eventually they're going to contradict themselves. Eventually they're going to tell the truth, not on purpose, right? Eventually, you got to let them talk long enough, right? And she said it straight up, like, "Hey, I I I want to do what I want to do," and the whole we don't even know which y'all are complaining about. That's a lie. She said it from the beginning. I want to do what I want to do. What ends up happening is when you and y'all see Z do this all the time. You speak to people, not just a woman thing. When you speak to people, you say, "Hey, don't do that because if you do that, this is what's going to happen. A, B, and C is going to happen. It may not happen the first time. It may not happen, but be careful. When you do what you're doing, there's a consequence to it. You know what you do? You strip that person of plausible deniability. That's what black women are fighting you on. You strip them of their quote unquote willful ignorance. When you strip people of willful, they will come at you. That's a people thing. That's not just a woman thing. But definitely for black women, you took away her ability to play damsel in distress in the future and say, "Oh, I didn't know, I didn't know." We see this with our own fathers. We see this with our uncles. Your father tells your mom something. Hey, don't let him do that. Hey, I'm telling you, don't let her do that. I'm telling you. You see that with your uncles and your aunts. And of course, the women are going to feel a certain way. You're taking away plausible deniability from her. You're taking away, and then there's the shame factor because if and when what you said comes to fruition, what there's nowhere to go from that. Where's there to go from that? Cry and say I'm sorry. You can't say I didn't know. So yeah, stripping away that plausible deniability. Ooh, right. And Split Jim says replay dues. Okay, let me hear up and get this comment that Leon put in there before it gets off the screen. Y'all it gives you a second. By the way, can y'all hear that? Because I'm playing something, but I don't think y'all can hear it. Hmm. And we're back. Leon, but we already said it though, right? The corporations buying up all the houses and then leaving them on the renters market, right? You can add that to some of the conversation also. How is this supposed to work for black women? It's not, right? So three corporations in Atlanta own 19,000 homes. I think at the end they said if you expand that out to the top 10, it's 30,000 homes that these corporations own. And once again, they don't fix up the home and then put it back on the market. No, they keep it on the renter's market, which then artificially inflates the prices of homes for people that want to buy a home, the people that want to pay a mortgage and eventually pay off the mortgage and own that home. Those homes cost even more because even though there's a house next to you, that house is owned by a corporation that's keeping it on the renter's market, which is beautiful for you because it artificially inflates your home value. It sucks because now your kids are coming to you. Your son and his wife are coming to you to help them with that $50,000 down payment for their house, right? Alexa, play "The More You Know" in the background, please. Right. So yeah, and then of course they have to have the brother there to say, well, we kind of checks out. It's good because if you don't want to go all the way, then you don't have to go all the way, and you get to have a home, and it's just a yawn. And I really enjoy the fact that they say that what he said 10 years ago, 15 years ago, this would have been a starter home. Let me say this again: there are no starter homes anymore. That's not a real term anymore. A couple of upper middle class and above people are going to be the ones, the professional and definitely the professional managerial class of people are the ones that have the type of careers and jobs where they're moving here and there, or they earn a type of money to be flipping houses and moving, literally owning a home for this time and that time. Those are the people that often rent, right? Because they can own a home, but they're always moving. They're always on the move. But for everyone else, yeah, you staying put. That's not a starter home. It's your home. If anything, maybe one more time in your life you'll move. If anything, there are no starter homes anymore. We live in a different era. This idea of starter homes is for boomers and a couple of Xers that had that type of money and that lived in that particular time, right? Starter home. I don't even know what these people talking about anymore. I know what they mean by starter home, but no, it's not a thing anymore. It's absolutely not. And I could tie that to the subject matter too. Can you see? Watch this. And how is this supposed to work? It's difficult for couples, let alone these women that are gun shy because they don't want to be in, you know, what we call long suffering wife type of relationships and quote unquote situationships. Huh. Yeah. And so this is not gonna work. The no struggle of the Hive model, absolutely not. Yeah, what is for those of you that are speaking about the voice and Split Jim says replay dudes. Thank you, Split Jim. Thank you very much for the super chat. What is what's the back and forth with Dr. Boyce Watkins and Anton? What are they beefing about? All right. Is it women things or is it what money things? A mixture of both. Ooh, I love it. And Vince says, "Don't cuff baby mothers." Hey, boys, I don't know about hard and fast rules, right? If you think it's gonna work for you, I don't suggest it, but if you think it's gonna work for you, well, and Vince says they have a fundamental conflict about single baby mothers. Mr. Shook to you says, um, they're beefing about KS Kevin Samuels and talking on single moms. Okay, and Vince says he got mocked. Vince says yeah, and they talked it yesterday live. Oh man, but if y'all know Boy's situation. Y'all know Boy's situation. Need I remind you about that cringy ass proposal? Do we also need to? Do I need to also remind y'all of the picture? Him, his wife, and um um what's the brother's name again? Willie D. There we go. Willie D took right. Need I remind y'all? Like y'all know who Boyce is. Come on, man. Of course, Boyce is going to defend his position. Of course, attacking is not the best approach, man. And the first comment I see says Anton stands on business always. Boyce stands on feelings. Look, I said it before. I know many of y'all don't rock with the sister anyway, but when Yvette and Boyce, and I think this is when Yvette was still working for Boyce, when Yvette Carnell and Boyce were speaking about black business and entrepreneurialism, etc., etc. Yvette washed Boyce. Boyce is not a really good debater, to be honest with you, but Yvette washed Boyce. And what did he get? He got into his feelings. But when I say he got into his feelings, I don't mean like he was being a B word about it. No, I mean he got into the motivational and inspirational type of talk. And like if we're talking money and we're talking about black people and resources and businesses and no, you got to talk numbers. Well, let me see if I could. I'm gonna have to probably look it up. Let me see because that was we got to be talking about what year are we in? We're in 2024. We got to be talking about maybe 2016, 2015 or something like that. That's how old that is. But let me see something. Let me see if I could find it for you. Give me a second. Um, wait for it. Wait, maybe. Nope, that's not it. Give me a second, y'all. And by the way, they had a debate, right? Like just like how you see Anton and Boyce. Let me see. But it wasn't disrespectful. This is before they started beefing for real. Mm, I don't see it. I don't want to spend too much time looking for it, Vince. I will if I find it, I will a good conversation, right? And Dapper Don says Dapper Dan's. Dapper Don's hysterical. Once I see Dapper Don's, I was like Dapper Dan. But yeah, Dapper Don says basically he went Dr. Umar Johnson Babel route. Yeah, that's what. So I'm gonna watch this. We might have a review if somebody could find the whole thing too. That'd be great, right? Mr. Shook to you says Boyce had no real comeback, but he tried. Look, Boyce, just look. I married a single mom, and it's working out for me, and that's that. Um, I don't know if I would suggest it to other black men, but if you, it's what BG because most men we can't say it because of the women's feelings, but BGS described it perfectly. The woman that's out of your league, she has a kid. or two, hopefully not two, from a dude, you might be able to catch her on round two. That dropped her down a couple points. She has different considerations now. Oh, woo, Vince, thank you. Haha, the whole thing. All right, give me a second. The reason y'all hear me keep on saying "give me a second" when y'all put links is because so StreamYards, I can't actually click the link in StreamYards, so I have to switch back to the YouTube and click it. And I got to do it while we're streaming, because if I wait, then it depends on how long this populates. But the comments won't populate. My live comments won't populate early enough, so I might have to wait a day before I can actually click that link. So that's why y'all see me do it right while I'm on the air with you. But yeah, no, I agree with BGS. But man, boys can't say it, and you know what? It's understandable. It's understandable to say, look, I've been chasing after this woman for 15 years, 20 years. I had no chance, but I caught her on another side of a divorce. I caught her after one or two kids, right? And I don't suggest the single motherhood route for most men, most black men. I went this route. It's working for me right now, right? But hey, like that's okay. It's okay, boys. But once again, as much as women claim they don't say things to protect our feelings, we don't say things to protect your feelings. We don't say things to protect your feelings, right? Better use says, sounds like a LeVar Ball strategy. He once said you can get any woman if you wait long enough. And then he says in parentheses, provided you can live long enough also. Hysterical. Right? Vic says, Boyce is the poster child for bad advice, man. When it comes to women things, boy, stop. It's not your lane, bro. It's not your lane. And plus, to be honest with you, outside of the super square bears you over there with, ain't nobody trying to hear that. And we're not trying to hear it because of your life. That cringe ass freaking proposal. Right? Hell you talking about, boys? So I'm gonna watch this clip. We might come back with a part two today. If not, maybe tomorrow morning. Um, yeah. So summing up everything, look, I covered this to say black men, these people, whether they realize it or not, are trying to slow walk you into what the nameless protagonist describes as the hive. Where we will, many of us, if not, no, not even many of us, most of us will just be worker drones and community eunuchs, right? While there's a handful of y'all that are the breeder males, you will have a whole lot of um non-producing, and when I say produce, I mean having children, non-producing ass women. Um, they will still work, they will still contribute to the quote unquote sisterhood, and then you'll have some queen bees. Pastor G asks, "Does Boyce have a biological child?" I think he has two daughters. I know he has one daughter, but I think he has two. Right? Yeah. Vincent, people cooked Boyce in his own comments. No one's trying to hear that advice. Look, what I respect about BGS, about Black Uru, about Art New Style, about AL Evans, about Artisan MC, about the more seasoned Beasley, right? The older and more seasoned brothers in our spaces, right? Is the advice that we give. We might have gone down the wrong route. We might be still on the wrong route and enjoying it. But we still don't give you the advice to follow in our footsteps. We might be going down a route that might not even be that you might not even label quote unquote the wrong route. It's just more unorthodox, and it might be working for us. And we still won't suggest you follow us, because just because it worked for us or it's working for us currently doesn't mean it's going to work for you, right? But when you get to the voices of the world, they just can't, it can't come out their mouth. They can't say it. Number one. Number two, once again, realize that voice kind of occupies a different lane than us. So he has to pull the ace metaphor, the Derek Jackson thing. Black men are told and socialized to pay fealty to black women by pandering to them, by lying to them, right? What Ed says, the lie to me economy, by lying to them. And and shout out to Edward Anderson. That's exactly what it is. The lie to me economy. So boys can't tell the truth. He can't say, "Hey, she's fine. I finally got her." Right? I had to wait. I had to wait a decade or two. Catch her on the back end. Huh? There's a pun in there. But listen, young men, I hear what y'all are saying. Um, and yeah, I wouldn't suggest it unless you're willing to potentially be ex-husband number two. Right? Exa- Thank you, Passport OG. These girls in 2024 are doing the most before they are ready to be wives. Yeah, Mr. Shook to you says, the lie to me, she economy. Exactly. And Passport OG is right. These women are doing the most before they're ready to become wives. And Boyce wants us to. And once again, Boyce sound like Steve Harvey. It's your job as a man to take care of some wife and kids. Okay. What? From these past through ass, condescending, mean, rude. It's not even like she's humble about it. Like she feels shame. But look, man, I was out here. Ooh, I was out here. Okay, I finally found me a man that's willing to settle down with me. He know my past. He ain't gonna throw it in my face. I'm gonna go over here and be quiet and play my role. We're not even dealing with those women. That would still be an issue, but it's not even like they're the humble about it. They sound like Superhead. Who wants the wife Superhead? And she was married. Well, there you go. So yeah, Passport OG, yeah, they doing the most, and the elders, namely the boomers, but some Xers, are telling us it's our job to take care of women like this. Or you can't discriminate on single mothers. Why not? Yeah, it was Eddie Winslow. Yeah, it was Eddie Winslow. And for those of you that don't know, it was Eddie Winslow that married Superhead. Yeah, you've been famous for okay. Anyway. Oh yeah, he can't talk no more, right? And Passport OG says if voice gets divorce fleeced, it's over. Yeah, right. Man, so this idea that it's a man's job to take care of some wife and kids, and yeah, while y'all raising the meanest, most selfish, most entitled, delusional, snarky, rude women ever, ever, right? Huh? Y'all are raising the meanest, most entitled, hypocritical a-holes ever. And men, black men, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Black men are supposed to do what with your a-hole daughters? Marry them, take care of them and their kid from another dude? And let's be very clear. Her ex-husband, let's be honest, it's a black community, so it's not her ex-husband, it's her baby daddy. Okay, fine. Her baby daddy ain't nothing like you. Why did Mr. Z bring that up? Because that means you're supposed to be cleanup man. Her baby daddy is what she actually finds attractive. You are the cleanup man. You're the in case of emergency break glass. but you let these women say it. As a matter of fact, that clip that's going around with the white woman saying, I guess she was reading a tweet or a TikTok comment that was going in on single mothers. It's a younger white woman. She, all right looking younger white woman, and she says, "Why did you feel?" I'm paraphrasing. Essentially, why did you feel the need to tweet this? I hope you're wrong. I hope most men don't believe this. Because what I know, I'm gonna find me a man that take care of me and my kid, and essentially, yeah, delusional talk. Because it almost sounded like she might have actually said that wants to take care of me and my kid. So we're in, and when I say delusional, it really sounds like she's trying to convince herself more than convince others. We're dealing with people that should be in a straitjacket, yo. Right? These are delusional people. And what makes their delusion worse is that they are in echo chambers. They occupy spaces where all of them are regurgitating the same crap to each other over and over again. Huh. So, on that note, everyone, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Right? Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. I want to come to y'all with this today because I see them really trying to slow walk us into a more official version of the Hive model. Um, the provide, protect, and shut up. Questioning our relationships models, and like I said, I agree with Khadijah to a certain extent when she speaks about how capitalism works on our understanding and conceptualization of family, and how it promotes the nuclear family instead of being in community with others. I agree with her, but I know where she's going to go. I know where we're going to end up eventually if we are to follow her particular model, which is the Hive. We're going to end up in the Hive model that Nameless speaks about. So her critique, I think, is accurate. Where we go from there, oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right? Your solution isn't a solution. Your solution is a whole lot of loose women doing whatever the hell they want to do, and men still men, the black men in the black community, still feeling a sense of obligation to community, so they still do for women who give them the middle finger, won't have sex with them, won't be in a relationship with them, won't have children with them and for them. If that is what a community is to you, where y'all all huddle up on the top 15 and 20 and maybe 25, really top 20% of men, and all the other men are out here, could I have some more, please? So, could I have some more? More? And all the other men are over here in desperation for female companionship, vagina? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And dear black women, women in the West, men's indifference, the masses of men's indifference, it doesn't even have to be all or most. Men's indifference will crush the society and you will feel that pain. You can keep on talking about the loneliness epidemic amongst men all you want. You're gonna feel that, ladies. You will feel what that indifference looks like. Right? Men not doing for their nation, men not doing for their community. You will feel that. As I said, men will lose, black men will lose a gender war. Black women will just lose it harder. And you know what's going to happen? Elite, rich, white men mainly, but some black folks, Latinos, Asians, but elite, rich, white folks, namely the men, will go out and sell in the sunset, married with children in nuclear families. right? And global free agent says keep pushing back against it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. If I think you're saying what I think you're saying, thank you. And Leon says nosy f you. That's if it's the Hive model. All those women got to share me and this is Leon being funny. Share me and cheating for me ain't real. On some community ish. Leon said, no, I want the Hive model because I know I'm gonna be chosen. Well, I want to be one of the breeder bees. Snoo snoo. Right. But I hear you, Leon. But yeah, that will. I was gonna say it would suck, but apparently not. It would really be devastating for the community. And for black men in general because of the men that wouldn't be getting any. Um, yeah. So yeah, Leon said, "Are you saying 80% of black men will eat porridge? What's the incentive? What's the incentive? Yeah, we let black women in particular talk long enough. Women in general talk long enough in the West. A handful of dudes will get all the vagina. Then there will be a sliver of men who are in relationships and couples with women, and all the rest of men will just be out here looking sick. Which, by the way, if this happens after Android and robot revolution, we're dealing with a different type of situation. But if this happens before that, oh yeah, good luck. True, and global free agent says men have no problem being minimalist. Yeah, that's gonna hurt women. Y'all seen the meme that floats on social media every once a year, maybe once every other year, where they show the inside of a man's apartment if he has no one, and it's literally like a crate, a big ass TV, whatever gaming console, and that's what the living room looks like. And it's like, yeah, because men don't need all that. Men will have a fold out chair or a futon or something. They're $500, and especially now $500 will get you a big ass flat screen TV, 500-600 bucks. $500 flat screen TV from Walmart, Xbox or PlayStation in the living room, and they're good to go. Internet access, television, laptop or computer, um, and a gaming console, and they're good to go. That's not what it is for women. And Tasha S says, once again, you still speak on black women. No one cares what you dusty clowns have to say. Actually, Miss Tasha K, y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat because this is about to get really good. Actually, Miss Tasha K, I said Miss Tasha K. Oops, Tasha S. Our society actually does care what black men have to say, what men in general have to say. That's why they're attempting to enter our spaces and shoehorn their way into our spaces, remove the leaders, and install themselves. They actually do care. They're actually writing articles about it, like right now. I don't know, Miss Tasha S. I don't know if you know what you're talking about, Miss Tasha S. They do care what we talk about, right? They do care. That's why we have um, Scott Galloway. That's why we have and by the way, that's a professor out of NYU. That's why we have Dr. Richard Reeves. That's a researcher, PhD. That's why we have um, Christine Imba. That's a journalist. That's why we have a bunch of people, right? What's his name? Smirkonage, Tucker Carlson, rich people, white folks, black women. We have a whole lot of people, actually, Miss Tasha K, that Abby says, I keep on saying Miss Tasha K, Tasha S, that actually do care what black men are saying and what men in general in America are saying. So, So you could call us dusty clowns all you want. The rest of society actually does care about what these dusty clowns, yours truly included, what these dusty clowns have to say. They actually do care what we have to say. They are literally writing articles about it right now. Hmm. Vince, send me that. Put that in the comments. And Vincent John Doom says, I'm about to to me I'm about to watch a video about the pay gap between black women and white people and how remaining unmarried is not helping them financially. So I feel like I watched something like that a few days ago. It might be the same thing you're about to watch, but send it to me anyway. Or you could put it in the chat right now anyway. And I'll check it out. Right? Vincent, feminism ruined the teenagers. Pfft, you better believe it. Leon said, Tasha S, what's happening, short A? From the business? Um, is it? I don't think so. Yeah, Ishmael, I got it. I got it. I I feel like I read that before, or I knew it before. Excuse me, I knew it already. Knew it before. Knew it already. Right? But yeah, and this also speaks to shout out to Obsidian. When Obsidian says, we say things and we wait for the facts to catch up, because the things that the group, um the think tank that we have here, right, us throwing ideas at each other, debating ideas, look at how far we got, look how ahead of the game we are, look how cutting edge we are, right? that is not that's not where the rest of society is. It take them some years to catch up, right? Oh yeah, I saw this. Yeah, BBL and broke. Yeah, I saw it. Right, or I listened to it, better yet. Huh. So I see Miss Tasha S has nothing else to say. Wow. But yes, Miss Tasha S. If you're still here, yeah, no, they care. They care. Nice try though. Oh, she's still here. There we go. Most undesirable group of men to date talking about standards. Ma'am, you said most undesirable men. Even the white folks are saying it's black men than white men. Actually, even Ebony K. Williams said that. Ebony K. Williams just said that on Black Girls Texting podcast. Well, that was 2 years ago. But she even, yeah, it's white men then black men. Are you sure about that? Miss Tasha S., are you sure about that? Black men being the most undesirable. Didn't the Asian man researcher say it was Asian men? That was an Asian man that said it was Asian men that are the least desirable. Miss Tasha S., are you sure you know what you're talking about? And by the way, the Asian man researcher was a literal researcher. So there's your opinion about black men being the most undesirable, and then there's the research that says actually, right? Ishmael says undesirable. Surely you jest, right? Let me get this right. Miss Tasha S., don't you come from the same line of women that say black men are nothing but big D's and swag? Black men, all they got is swag. All they have is this charisma. All they have is. So you're trying to tell me we have big D and swag and we ain't not getting none? We're undesirable with the big D and swag. And Tasha S says, what reason would black women have to date black men? Y'all have no money at all. Miss Tasha S, we have more than you. Black men earn more than black women, Miss Tasha S. There you go. And what reason? You don't have to have a reason, madam. You can go get in line and go fight Asian women and Latina women, and obviously white women for white men, particularly elite white men. You can engage in same-sex loving relationships and eat vagina. Um, you could be cat lady with a whole bunch of domesticated animals, dogs and cats. You can enjoy your single life with your rose toy. You can be in a situationship, and have a 3 o'clock booty call. There's a couple of things that you can do, Miss Tasha S, to, you know, enjoy yourself and not, pun intended, enjoy yourself. You don't have to have a reason to be with black men. You don't have to be with black men, madam. Enjoy your life. What reason? I don't think that I should have to give you a reason. Either you want to be with black men and be on black men's program, or you don't. And if you don't want to be with black men or black men on black men's program, then you can suffer the consequences. Whether that's positive consequences, you and a white man go frolic in the sun and go sell out in the sunset and have your tragic mulatto kids. That's going to still be being called the N word. Or the consequences could be negative, and it could be you on antidepressant pills, you know, trying to smile and insult us, smiling at your coworkers and insulting black men. The consequences could be negative or positive, but thank you. And better you says, Z, remember what I said about radical freedom, and that's all it is, right? So, Miss Tasha S, you're free to do whatever you want, going to what better you was saying, but there's consequences to it. And Tasha S says, it's so easy to trigger black males. This is why y'all are the most imprisoned. Madam, that's called racism and anti-blackness, but I guess black women don't experience it. So, and by the way, for every black male that's in prison, that's an increase in DV rates against children. You might not want to trigger black men then. Oops. By the way, for every black man that's in prison, that's more black women that are homeless. Ooh, goddamn. Food insecure and housing insecure, ma'am. You might not want to trigger black men. So you're responding to me with this juvenile edge lord, 12-year-old white boy edge lord, jokes. And it sounds nice and you're getting your little digs in, but ma'am, if you're black in America, if you think that black men's degradation and what harms black men doesn't have an effect on black women, a negative effect on black women, well, I'm sorry to inform you. You can laugh. You can laugh all the way to the hospital for those antidepressant pills. Right? Black men being incarcerated does have a negative effect on black women and children, but hey, go off, Miss Tasha. Continue to attempt to trigger me. Go ahead. Right? Keep on telling us you're engaging in that same sex loving relationship because I love and you can't help who you love, and I'm just so open and I love whoever, and yeah, right? So I said, dang, I missed it. What you missed, Toya? Hmm. Dapper Dawn says, this is why passport bros are right. Okay, so this is 12-year-old white boy edgelord culture. It was nice speaking to you, Miss Tasha S. It's good that you brought some levity and some fun to the chat towards the end of my stream. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ishmael says, love doesn't see color. White men do, though. Exactly. And white women, quiet as kept for those same sex loving relationships. Even, what is her name over there in Britain? Goddamn. What is her name? Kidology. Even Kidology said that. Now she's about to start engaging in same-sex loving relationships, and her stock went even further down in the same-sex loving world. Because if you think white men are racist and picky when it comes to dating, you ain't seen nothing with until you meet same-sex loving white women, right? Tasha S says, and the fact that you think that black men make more than black women is hilarious. Pull up the stats. Well, it's factually accurate, but okay. And let's do this. What do you want it from? Blackdemographics.com? Do you want it from do you want a Google search? Let's look it up. Black men uh, black. Y'all give me 1 second. Here we go. And I didn't even have to go too far. White men's is 115 one excuse me 1,115 weekly. Black men is 828 weekly, and black women is 779 weekly. And there you go, just like that. That took what, all of not even a minute of research. Miss Tasa S, I know you're trolling. I'm engaging with you though. It's fun. Better you says, I don't know why you indulging her. Because like Charles said, I'm a sadomasochist. And like BGS said, I'm a glutton for punishment. Leon said, sure, that can be your prison bay. Miss Tasha S. Leon said he could put you on the schedule. You could get in line. Vince. That's funny, Vince. Hey, Miss Tasha S. Vince has something to say to you. Hysterical. Ishmael said, "Welcome to the high rates of IPV with those same gender loving relationships." Exactly. Good point, Jay. I know. Jay, I know. I know. And Jay says black women don't believe in stats, so it's no use. You're right. You're right. Right. I'm engaging with the troll. Y'all are right. For all my more serious subscribers, y'all are right. Mr. Z messing up because I'm engaging with the troll. Right. Toya says, "Wom and to me, a implies one singular. So yes, I am a whole black woman who loves emphasis on loves black men." Miss Tasha S. Toya says she ain't with you. You over there in the corner by yourself. Right? Yeah. Okay, Miss Tasha S. Um, so y'all like, share, subscribe. Thank you button for the replay squad. Miss Tasha S came in right when I was about to end out. Brought some levity to this. This is fun, right? Vincent, I don't love mean black women, right? Hysterical. Buckeye fan with the super chat last minute. Let's see what Buckeye fan says. Buckeye fan says, "Can you do a commentary on the 25th year anniversary on No Scrub?" Ooh, I didn't realize it's been 25 years. I was in middle school when that came out. Was I no school? Oh, was I still in elementary school? So my elementary school still had the sixth grade. So technically, I was in middle school, but I was in elementary school. And Buckeye fan says, "Can you do a commentary on the 25th year anniversary on No Scrubs by TLC and its influence on modern dating?" That is a great topic. Toya, you want to tag team that on Friday when we're speaking about what we were going to speak about? And she already said it. Ooh, I love that idea. Well, there you go. Charles says, "No, I was in college." Charles, if you don't get your old ass, I'm messing with you, Tro. Was I in the sixth grade? I think I was in the sixth grade, Tro, when No Scrubs came out. Was it sixth grade or was it seventh grade? No Scrubs either came out my sixth grade year or my seventh grade year, something like that. Yeah. Boy, you couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing no scrubs. Boy, they wanted to drill into black men's minds. Hey, scrub. These women said, I don't want no scrub. Scrub. Fast forward 25 years later, and Chili's is over here subsidizing some fucking, oh, Mr. Z, you let the F bomb out. Anyway, some white dude from Boy Meets World that wasn't even the main character. Yeah. 25 years later from No Scrub, Left Eye left us early. Rest in peace. T-Balls got married to Mac 10, and that didn't last too long. Right? And Chili out here still being the same Chili with the baby hairs from 25 years ago. And now she's subsidizing F minus list actor, white actor, because you know he's a white man, so his skin paying dividends. So she's making up for his skin prowess with her money. Thank you, and that's what it would be called nowadays. And that's what OG says. I don't want no dust. That's what it would be called now, right? Oh yeah, Lisa burning down dudes' houses. Yeah, when she lit that tub on fire twice, right? She tried to set it on fire once, but because it was a steel tub or whatever, however, whatever material the tubs are made out of, it didn't catch on fire like that. And then I think the second time she did it, because I think it was a fiberglass tub, yeah, set the house on fire. Yeah, I remember that story. I was a kid, I still remember that story, but I remember being like, "What?" Yeah, global global free agencies keep rising, Dusty Kings. Miss Tasha S, you can't call us Dusty as an insult. We own it. We're Dusty Kings. Ashes and ashes and dust to dust. Put your picture on a t-shirt. Anyway, right? Man. Tasha S says, imagine loving the same group of men who statistically are the ones killing us. You mean every man? I swear y'all think y'all be saying something. Ma'am, you're not saying anything. That's the same thing white women could say. That's definitely the same thing Asian women can say. South and East Asian women. Go talk to South Asian women about DV rates and deletion at the hands of the opposite sex in intimate relationship, so they can laugh in your face when you bring up black men. If you think black men are deleting black women, go talk to the Latinos, especially the ones south of the border, south of Mexico. Mexico also, but south of Mexico, go talk to them about men deleting them, their boyfriends and husbands deleting them, so they can laugh in your face. Tell them, black men are so horrible, they're deleting us every 5.5 hours. So they can laugh in your face. Thank you. And common sense is India. India, these dudes are throwing whole acid on women for saying no. Right? Man. Uh-oh. Better you, sis. Shoot, there's been some stories of Indian men married to black women who've ended up deleted, and the story gets swept away. Y'all remember the story of years and years and years ago? Young Indian cat married a young black woman against his father's wishes. They had a kid, right? Or I think he probably got her pregnant and then they got married. And I think one of the older siblings of the Indian cat was getting married, and the dad was so embarrassed that the young son would he was an adult, but the young son would show up to the wedding with the wife and kids. he paid someone to delete the wife, the black wife. And I think that Indian man I'm referring to, I think he was a whole professor. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was a professor. Thank you. Yeah, better you knows the story I'm talking about. Yeah, his dad put the hit out on her. He knew it, but didn't testify against his dad. Yeah, against his dad. Right? Thank you. Honor deletions in the Middle East. So Tasha, I don't know. Tasha, you might be in the wrong chat. You're probably used to being in spaces where the brothers don't know that much, or they're not prepared for women like you and your debate tactics and your little quips and your little insults. But this ain't not Mr. Z's chat. You might be in the wrong space. Ishmael said, "Chad Wheeler, anyone?" Right? Knock a chick out, and then when she come to, be like, "Oh, I thought you were dead," while you eating what, a bowl of cereal or whatever he was eating afterward. Thank you. In the Middle East, honor deletions, and they don't only do honor deletions in the Middle East; they do them in India also. Well, yeah, I forgot India has a Muslim population. Mr. Z, what are you saying? Exactly. Better you says, you mean the brothers over here are educated? Exactly. Passport OG said, "Who are the Indian boys to men? Y'all know none, none." Right? Absolutely none. Passport OG, you look at the region of the world you're in. K-pop, J-pop. When you see these people in their choreography and their dancing and their word, are they not imitating American culture? A lot of Black American culture. Because when I see those K-pop groups dancing, all I think of is Michael Jackson and Aaliyah. That's all I think. Right? So all the boy bands in America, in the '90s, yeah. Beerelson. Tasha, you underestimated Z in his chat. We know more than you by far. Put money. I told y'all they don't. I told y'all we need to do a Jeopardy challenge against these people so y'all can see. Right? Oh, good point, Mr. Shook to you. Mr. Shook to you says correction Z. Black men's culture. Good point. Good point. Right. And Passport OG. Better use is great send off to Toriyama, brother. Yeah. So, which I still haven't watched Passport OG's video on that. I was yeah. I didn't think I was ready. Right. I'll watch it. So yeah. And Global Free Agent says huge rates of DV in Central America. I talked to them, so I know. Okay, yeah. Yep. Yep. Just let them talk. Let them talk. And Buckeye fan, we'll get to it. Me and Toyo will figure something out in the back, and we'll yeah. Because that's a great topic. A great topic, right? But yeah, 25 years later, yeah, that no scrubs thing. How's that marriage rate looking? Oops. Childbirth rate? Yikes. Ugh. Are young people even coupling up anymore? Oh. Young people in sex? Ah. Uh-oh. Yeah, no scrubs. All right. TLC. Meanwhile, like I said, left eye's no longer with us. Chili out here subsidizing white dudes. Right? And T-Ball's over here, we already know about her health condition. We don't. What is T-Ball's exactly doing in her love life? I don't even know. Right? Now T-Boss has a daughter, and Chili has a son. Right? Chili has a son from that producer from way back, and I think T-Boss has a daughter from Mac 10, if I'm not mistaken. I think her daughter is from Mac 10. Right? Yeah. So two kids, two arguably after Destiny's Child in America at least, or for the English speaking world, the most famous, because K-pop done changed the entire game when it comes to music in that way. But for the English speaking world, TLC is what, the second most famous girl group, at least for R&B on the planet, right? Is Destiny's Child and then is there anyone in front of TLC that y'all know of with Spice Girls? But they weren't R&B; they were pop. Thank you, Ishmael. Ishmael says T-Ball's up there whining she can't find no man. Chili taking care of washed up actor. Exactly. Oh, I didn't know that. And Ishmael says her son with Dallas Austin, that's the producer I was speaking about, just made her a grandmother with an Asian. In Vogue's known, but In Vogue don't got nothing on TLC and Destiny's Child, right? And if anybody who someone mentioned um the clip of Amanda Seales saying it's a shame that this world or America is not producing the type of man that would appreciate her. Whoever knows about that, please put the link in the chat, like right now, if you can, because I want to see that. I might be reviewing that a little bit later. But yeah, the gall. Yeah, please link it. Amanda's boy, it would be a woman like that to say something like that. What a shame that America isn't producing the type of man that would appreciate me and that be on my level and yawn. Right. I don't know if it was Demetrius or Detroit or whoever was referencing that, but yeah. What happened to Tasha S? Tasha, you left us? You gone? Yeah, that's what it looked like. Right? Yeah, I know Teddy Riley went. Yeah, yeah, yep. Will I Am did too. Right? And JL West says a lot of black music producers went to South Korea in the early 2000s, like Teddy Riley, who even helped start a K-pop group. What's it, Reina, aka now called Black Swan. Okay, right. Mr. Shakti said, "Dang, time for dusty teams meeting." Hysterical. Yeah, they do, Leon. Yeah, they do. I ain't even gonna read it out loud. Leon was like, "That ain't DV in Central America." Yeah, they chop in on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They take it to a whole nother level. And Tasha says, "I'm here for a laugh from you, delusional clown." Okay, get your laugh on. Get your laugh on, right? On Passport OG says, "Enjoy Z and Ishmael gave me a link too. Let me click those while I can. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay. 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 Thank you. Got that one. Let me next. Let's click the next link. Okay. Okay. Y'all both send me the same. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Ryan, you're late. Trail. Trail with the okay with the Roman. Okay, Trail says Fortis Fortuna Dustum. Fortune favors the dusty. Hysterical, right? Charles, was that you earlier that put up when it was in I can't even say it right now. Vini Dusty, something like that. That was funny, right? And Tasha S says, and once again, reckless streams, everyone. So y'all know what I'm talking about, but okay. So that's my way of answering what she said. But once again, don't put it in the chat. And Tasha S says, all the men in the chat are dusty and have no jobs, especially Z. All you do is stream about black women. Ah, if only you knew. Forgive her for she not knows what she speaks. Yeah. I saw so it's in my history right now. I started listening to it yesterday or day before, right? Um unless the wait, that was old. That was like 2 years ago. So oh yeah, she by the way, Toya, maybe was it you? She has I'm trying to find the stream with her and with Cheska Lee and Consciously. That should be fun to listen to, right? But it doesn't look like they have it on. It's not on YouTube, so I'm gonna have to listen to it from another streaming platform. And Toya says, "I'm finna go listen to Black Girls Texting." Cheska Lee was this week's guest because I feel like they had her on before then, right? Trail. Shell says, pluribus dustum out of many dust. Hysterical, right? And Toya says, I saw it on IG. Okay, so they have another one with her. So they did another one recently. Okay. Better You says, my W2 could have fooled me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, we don't got jobs. You heard, y'all. We don't have jobs here. I think it's Inky, actually. And Black in the Middle says, Tasha S is probably eyeing of Cynthia G soldiers. Right? Or one, I think you meant to say, one of Cynthia G's soldiers. Yeah, probably. Demetrius says, Dustquake. Hysterical. Demetrius said, Dusty Slide. Not the electric slide, the Dusty Slide. The Dust Slide. Uh, we dusty dancing over here. Right? Not that we're not looking at the man in the mirror, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. We're looking at the dust in the mirror. Oh, right. Oh, and Pastor OG say, and two dust them when we stabbing Negroes in the back with dust swords, with dust daggers. Oh. Passport OG killed me. Oh man. Better You said Dustimus Prime. Roll out. Oh man, it's not Et2 Brutus, it's Et2 Dustum. Oh man. Passport OG said I'm wiping off the dust on the mirror. Passport OG, so one of my dreams is to end up in Japan because I'm a petrol head, so I'm a car guy. And I definitely need to get out there to see the spots where they chill out at night and it's just on the side of the expressway and it's just a bunch of cars. Yeah. So my girl is just gonna have to deal with that because we making that pit stop, right? But how would I be able to do that if I don't have no job? Because I can't. I shouldn't have money, so I shouldn't be talking about taking a trip to Japan. Ain't that right, Tasha S? How the hell do I have money? What is my girl's money? Huh? Maybe. Charles said I always said at two Keisha. Oh hell yeah, Keisha's dagger is all the way through. The way Keisha be walking around here, you would think she got a dagger downstairs also, or down south also. That's what Jesus said. Yokohama is your heaven. Z, you will geek out all the way. I bet. Exactly. Michael Ross said, how do you have a car? Two, actually. A 91 300ZX twin turbo in Aztec Red and a 2013 M37S all-wheel drive with the aero kit. Because I'm a Nissan head. So, the Infiniti is a Nissan. It's pretty much a Nissan Fuga in Japan. That's what they call it. The Y51 chassis. Thank you very much. Yeah. Wait, how am I able to get those cars? What, my girl's paying for them, Tasha? That's what we're going to say? Or my mom's paying for them? It can't be my dad because he got to be Dusty because he produced a Dusty. So, maybe it's my older sister or my younger sister. Right. Yeah, that part. And better use his lashes to lashes, dust to dust. Oh man, how many of y'all did I think I referenced this song before? Put your picture on a T-shirt. It's a song that we used to play down here in South Florida a lot. Ashes and dust to dust. Put your picture on a T-shirt. You get a little tongue tied there, right? Better use it lashes to lashes and dust to dust. I'm dying. Leon said Lord of the Rings, starring Dusty Kings and the Dustland nigga stand. Dustland nigga stand. Uh Hysterical. Miss Tasha, we just own it. We Dusty, you right? And Mr. Z does actually work outside, Miss Tasha. When I said work, wouldn't that entail money? Huh. Yeah, so Mr. Z does actually literally get dusty. Toy said nigga stand is hysterical. It's hilarious. Look, I want to actually use it. Like I really want to use it, but I don't want to use it like as a pejorative. Just to smear, like if Z came up on like a couple $1 trillion, I would start our own nation and call it nigga stand. Just to smear it in white people's faces. You better believe I'll call that country nigga stand. It'd be a mix between that or Blackistan to smear it in divestors and swirlers' faces. Right? Better you sit sitting here looking at my dusty degrees. Through your dusty glasses too, better you looking through your dusty glasses at the dusty degrees with the dust on the glass. Yeah, I remember that thrown off chick that O'Shea Duke Jackson covers all the time. I remember her saying that. And Black in the Middle says all black men are dusty in all tax brackets. Yeah, yeah. They really think that too. Global Free Agent said, I bought my cars with my dusty paycheck. Right? Literally dust on the pay. They giving you a paper paycheck. Global Free Agent said, I don't even get direct deposit. They give me a paper paycheck with dust on it, written in dust. Then I'll go cash it in dust. I get dollars back that say in dust we trust, not in God we trust, but in dust we trust. And then I use those dust dollars to buy my dust vehicles. Oh man. Demetrius said I might become one of those black men with 3 degrees. Passport OG said, I'm wiping off the dust on the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Rest in peace, Michael. Oh man. Y'all don't want no dust? Dust is a man who can't get no love from me. That's what the women are saying? Y'all killing me right now. Trail said my house is kind of dusty though. You got kids, Trail. You're supposed to have a dusty house. Oh man, Trail, you and Dusty better. You and Dusty, all you six-figure brothers, all you Dusty six-figure brothers, Dusty, right? Black Uru, all of y'all, Dusties. Dr. Thunder, Dusty. Uh, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, Dusty. Dr. Ron O'Neill, Dusty. Green Gorilla, Dusty. All of y'all, Dusty. All of us a little bit under y'all, me and Leon, Dusty. Right? All you brothers a little bit lower, Dusty. Oh man, 9 to 5 Dusties. Tax-paying citizen Dusties. Husbands, boyfriends, sons, fathers, Dusties. Coaches, Dusties. Mentors, Dusties. Public servants, Dusties. Right? Better you said, don't tread on my dust. Right? Hysterical. Tasha said, go build something, you clowns. Tasha. You say so little with so many words. Go build something while she sits in America. I'm saying. Go build something, you clowns, while she sits in America. Crispus Attucks, anyone? George Washington Carver, anyone? Right? Yeah. Go build something. Okay. The whole plant idea that Ford used came from George Washington Carver, but you know, what does he know? That's just dusty knowledge. And who else copied the plant? Like everybody else, all the other car manufacturers on the planet. But you know, yeah. What does he know? Just dusty knowledge. Thank you, freaking Alexander Hamilton. It's just dust. It's just that's dusty knowledge. I'm sure dust. Right. Mr. Shook to you said, yeah, Mr. Shook to you said, build something for what? For who exactly? Exactly. Man, dust. Michael Ross said, these bras don't read, Z. Good point. Dust. We literally just spoke about black male producers being hired in South Korea to help them to build K-pop. But you know, that's black men. Whoopsie. Huh. And we're dusty though. I'm just saying. Black men are dusty. Meanwhile, head of the Joint Chiefs, dusty black man. Right? A whole lot of dust all over the place. All over DC and New York and LA and Miami. A whole lot of dusty black men that made themselves and the women around them millionaires. But you know, they're dusty. Huh. City Girls Ghost Rider. Ooh, wait, that's a black man. Dusty. Was it what, Little Yachty, right? Yep, Dusty. Trina's Ghost Riders. Rick Ross, Trick Daddy, Dusty. We only know about Little Kim because of Biggie, Dusty. Foxy because of Nas and what who else? AZ and the rest of Nas boys from back then. Dusty. Those men are dusty. Missy and Timberland. Dusty Magoo. Dusty. Dr. Dre, Dusty, right? Rest in peace, Pimp C, Dusty. Bun B, Dusty. They're all dusty. Young Jeezy, Dusty. All of Atlanta just full of dusty, millionaire, rich black men. Outcasting them, Dusty, Luda, Dusty. Right? Goody Mob, Dusty. Killer Mike, Dusty. Right? 2 Chainz, Dusty. Florida, we got a bunch of Dusties. Plies, Dusty. T-Pain, Dusty. Flo Rida, Dusty. Trick Daddy, Dusty. Rick Ross, Dusty. Rest in peace, XXX Tentacion, Dusty. Kodak Black, oh, well, actually, he might be Dusty. Dusty. They're all dusty. Mississippi, what's his name? How did his name just freaking slip me? Mississippi, you just dusty. Look, Mr. Z already forgetting y'all dusty ass rappers with dust, right? So it's just full of dust. In my cricket letter, dust. Louisiana, Juvenile, Wayne, Baby, Slim, all of them, right? Soldier Slim, all of them, dusty. Right? No, not just David Banner. God damn, Z. Yeah, David Banner is dusty too, though. By the way, don't forget who helped to who. Well, actually, David Banner with the drops of his name, and then everybody started copying that, including K-pop. Started in Mississippi and it ended up all the way in South Korea. Dusty. Oh man. I was thinking about Big Crit. That's what I was thinking about, you guys. Right? Dusty, especially with the southern accent. Dusty. Right? We ain't even gonna do Chicago. Everyone from Kanye to Lupe, right? All the young dudes, Chief Keef, all of them. Dusty, Reese, well, Reese might be Dusty. Dusty, right? All of them dusty. Dolphin Yo Gotti with the Tennessee in them, dusty. All the 3-6 Mafia in them, dusty. Ohio Bone Thugs in them, dusty. Right? Wiz Khalifa and all of them, dusty. Right? Just a bunch of dust. Do or Die, dusty. Y'all just dusty. E40 and all of them, dusty. Too Short, Too Dust, dusty. They're just dust. They're just dusty. All of them. All these millionaire and brothers that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're just dusty. Coolio, rest in peace, dusty. Right? They're just dusty. But y'all want to go old school to Ron Isley and them? Dusty. Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie, dusty. Right? They're all dusty. Luther Vandross, rest in peace, dusty. Right? Even our gay brother, we're talking about Luther Vandross. Tevin Campbell, dusty. They're all dusty. Right? St. Serious says, wait, Z, I thought you left, Z. You're still alive? I know I'm about to end. Babyface, dusty. R. Kelly, dusty in prison. Dancing in the dust. You see me? Stevie Wonder, dusty and can't see. Dusty. Right? Y'all see when Stevie be swaying, when he be playing the piano and stuff, and when he's singing, he's trying to knock the dust out his ears. That's what they're not telling you. Right? All of them dusty. Tyler the Creator, Dust the Creator. Dusty. ASAP Mob, Mob full of dust. Dusty. Pro Era, Dust Era. Dusty. First name Charlie, no. Last name Wilson, no. First name Dusty. Second name even more Dusty. Right? We're all you're right. We're effing clowns. We're effing Dusty. Right? And Tasha S says, Mr. Z is slow. How can y'all not see this? Look, they can't see because they're dusty. They're trying to see Z through their dust glasses, so they can't see how slow I am. Right? Cheryl said slipping in the dust. I thought you were going to say sipping on some dusty. Sipping on some dust. Or you could be pole pimping dust. Right? Trick Daddy said, don't F with the South. Actually, don't F with the Dusties. Right? Rest in peace, Park. Park said, picture me rolling. He meant rolling in dust. Right? Nipsey got a song like that too. Picture me rolling. Rolling, rest in peace, Nipsey, in dust. Right? Michael Ross said, with dust comes low IQ. Hysterical. Man. Not the racist teachers. DJ Scan says, dust. Wait, it moved up. Dust righteous teachers. Not the poor righteous teachers. The poor righteous dusties. Thank you. Sipping on some dusty. Oh man. BG and what's the brother name? C Murder. Y'all heard of me. Y'all heard of dust. I know y'all heard of me. No, y'all heard of dust. Oh. About it. No, Dusty. DMX, DM Dust. Rest in peace. Right. Yeah. That Rough Rider anthem? No. Dusty anthem. It's not stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. No. It's stop, drop, roll in the dust. Thank you. Dustman X, DMX. Dustman X. Oh man. That's what DMX stands for. Dustman X. Oh man. Not Bone Thugs in Harmony. Dustmen in Harmony. Oh man. It's all dusty. What Pharrell and the Asian cat, the producer, it's not Star Trek, it's Dust Trek. Right? Dust Trek. Trick Daddy with Slip and Slide Records? No, Dust and Slide Records. Cash Money taking over for the 99 2000? No, Dust Money. Cash Money is an army, better than a navy. No, it's a dust navy. I don't know how you have dust in the water for it to be a dust navy. Just go with it. Oh man. Silk the Shocker, no. Silk the Duster. Master P, no. Master D for dust, not even peen. Oh man, mystical. You know what's mystical about him? He's dusty. Kobe E40, no D40 for dusty. Oh, right. All of y'all just dusty. All you black rap, you're just dust. Right. Just a yeah. Slim Thug, no Slim Dust. It's just a dust marathon. Migos is just the Spanish word for dust, not friends. Exactly. Dapper Don says, word to Ashley Larry, right? And when you said that, I thought about Larry June and him saying, good job, Larry. No, good job, Dusty. Oh, Ashley Larry, that should be actually yes, yes. The fact that him and Corey Holcomb are beefing, I don't know what's going on with Corey. He's beefing with everybody right now, but okay. Little Dusty. All dust. All the littles are dusty. Right? Lil Yachty, Dusty. Lil Wayne, Dusty. All the littles are dusty. All the bigs are dusty too. Rest in peace, Biggie. Big Sean, all of them. All the bigs are dusty too. If you're little, you're dusty. If you're big, you're dusty. Thank you, right? D-U-S-T, dust instead of nerd. Shout out to Pharrell. Oh, man. You're just dusty. Charlie Rangel, dusty. Barack Obama, dusty. Ben Carson, dusty. All of them. Rest in peace, Colin Powell, dusty. All of them dusty. What's the brother that died during COVID? Oh, his name is right there. Oh man, right, his name is right there. Michael Steele, dusty. Who else? Larry Elder, dusty. I mean, he might be dusty. Dusty. Right? All these people just dusty. In dust we trust. Herman Cain, thank you, y'all. Herman Cain, Herman Cain. Herman Cain, dusty. Right? We're just dusty, y'all. We're just dusty. Whether you have no job or whether you're a billionaire. Right? Robert Smith is dusty. They're all done. Michael Jordan, dusty. Diddy is dusty. Diddy actually means dusty. Jay-Z is dusty. They're all dusty. You African brothers, y'all dusty too. All the Caribbean brothers, y'all dusty too. Afro Latinos, dusty. Fabulous, that's you. Dusty. Noriega, that's you too. Dusty. Y'all just Spanish speaking dusty black men. Right? All of y'all, dusty. Fat Joe, you're not black, but too close. Dusty. Right? You're dusty by association. Right? All these people are dusty, man. I'm telling you, every black man is dusty. If you ain't know, they're all dusty. Right? It's just too much dust, y'all. Too much dust. Too much dust. Not too much sauce. Shout out to Future. Too much dust. Prodigy says Spanish speaking dusties. That's all they are. Spanish speaking dusties. Afro Latinos ain't safe neither. They're dusty. Right? We're all dusty. Yeah. Trust it. Exactly. Yawn. Right? This brother said, if the brothers are dusty, then the sisters are crusty and musty. Mob Dusty. Exactly, right? Not shook ones, dust ones. What is it? Quiet storm? No, dusty storm. Yeah, not outcast, dustcast. Oh, oh man, right? Oh man, hysterical. Big boy, no, big dust. Andre three stacks, no, Dusty three stacks. Oh man, hysterical. Little Dust in the East Side Boys. B.I.B. Dusty Dusty. Why you acting like the dust? Oh. What's the song Freaky Deaky with him and Trick Daddy? Was it Fat Joe on that? Yeah. Um Play No Games. I think the name of the song was Play No Games. Yeah, I think what is that the name of the song with Fat Joe, Trick Daddy, and yeah, I think that's a song. Yeah. Trusted Bone Duster. That one was funny. Oh, a tribe called Dust, not a tribe called Quest. A tribe called Dust. Oh, y'all killing me right now. Dust Star, not Gangstar, Dust Star. Oh, Wu Tang Clan, Dusty Clan, Dusty Clan. Oh man, Mace is just dust with the S and a dollar sign. Currency, the same thing. Dusty name. Dustity, not currency. Dustity. Shout out to Louisiana. Oh, good job, Larry. Good job, Dusty. Denzel Dustington. Oh man, Samuel L. Was it Samuel L. Jackson? Samuel L. Dustin. Oh man, all of y'all just dusty, right? Dusty, right? So we just a bunch of dusties. Buster Dust. Oh man, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me right now. Oh yeah, I know it's dusty. We're all dusty, y'all. We're just dusty. Spike Dusty, not Spike Lee. Spike Dusty. Dustly. Oh man, look, we're all dusty. Don't y'all know? Ryan Coogler, Ryan Duster. Brian Pumper, y'all want to go adult? Brian Pumper, Brian Duster. Oh. When he climax, dust shoots out. Oh. It's not a pearl necklace, that's a dust necklace. Cover your eyes, you don't want the sand in it. Do the dusty. Oh man. That's y'all killing me. Man. Not Krabby Patties, Dusty Patties. We all know Piccolo was the black character in Dragon Ball Z. Talking about that. Actually, it was Dusty. Planet Namek was actually Planet Dusty. Right? Do the dusty dust. Leon said FD Dustifier. Y'all want to do that? Conscious Lee is not Conscious Lee. It's Dusty Lee. Who else we got next? Foreign man in a foreign land. Foreign dust in a Foreign dust, foreign dust, foreign dust and a native dust, native dust and a foreign dust. Oh man, Michael J. White, Michael J. Dust. Oh, y'all killing me, Professor Dusty. Dud says, remember when Z said he was done an hour ago? You're right, you're right, you're right. But we having fun with the Dusty talk. Look. Oh man. Kobe said Dusty Man, and I thought about Red Man, and Method Man, and they should be Method Dust and Red Dust. Right? That's crazy. All the dust is just dust. It's just dust everywhere. AZ, no, A Dust. Dust Z. Right? Not Jagged Edge, Dusty Edge. Oh, you don't want to be married, you want to be dusty. It's not baby, let's get married. It's baby, let's get dusty. I gotta be dusty. Jodeci Dust. I can't even pronounce this. Dusty, not Jodeci. Oh man, stay so we could be in the dust. Oh man, y'all killing me. Not Jagged Edge, Jagged Dust, right? Drew Hill, no, Dust Hill. Oh, Neo needs not Neo. What would it be? Dustio, Ice Cube, Cube of Dust, Ice Tea, Tea Dust. Oh man, I could do this forever. Will Smith, no, Will Dust. Dust Khalifa, not Wiz Khalifa. I said that earlier, but it's still funny. Yeah, like not Lori June, Dusty June. I said that too. Cisco with not the thong song, the dust song. That dust, the dust. Oh, thank you, Saint Cyr. Ice Tea would just be Dusty. Oh, y'all kill me. Denzel is Dusty too. Everybody's Dusty. Boys to Dust Man. Boy dust to man dust. Boys to man. Bad Dust Records, not Bad Boy Records. Bad Dust Records. I told you, it's not Cash Money Records. It's Dust Money Records taking over for the 99 and 2000. Not back that ass up, back that dust up. 400 degrees, no. 400 dusties. See me, I eat, sleep, shit, and talk right. I eat, sleep, shit, and dust right. See that 99 Mercedes on dust? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't finish. I'm sorry. Juvenile, Juvedust. Dustinal. Not Lords of the Underground, Lords of the Dusty Ground. Dusty Ground. Naaman said, no, that's Ash Money. Leon said, Boys to Dust Man, greatest dusty hits. Oh, man. H-Town knocking the dust. Oh, H-Town had him knocking the boots. That knocking the boots was fire. But it's knocking the dust now. Not now, not the end of the road. Trust it. Although we come to the end of the dust. Oh man. On bended dust. Not on bended knee, on bended dust. Man, let me pause right there for real, y'all. Look, we already on 3 hours. Okay. So we'll truly pause right there. Dapper dancing. The pursuit of dustiness. Or how Stella got her dust back. Hysterical. Nameless, is this you? To the chat and the instructor on the panel. That gotta be Nameless. Nameless done changed his name. Nameless, we were making fun of a young lady that was just, if that's Nameless. We were just making fun of this young lady. Oh, look, she's still here. Go ahead and stop you, Dusty. So we're mocking and making fun of this young lady right here named Tasha S. And so Tasha S had to, of course she called us Dusty because that's what she was going to call us. And so we proceeded to call ourselves Dusty, and we started naming a bunch of black men that have done dusty things in America, from inventors to entertainers, um, athletes, yeah, just a bunch of important people throughout American history. Just dusty, just a whole lot of dust. So yeah, and because all of them are dusty. Everyone from Barack O'Dusty to Michael Dust White to yeah, just all of them dusty. So yeah. So Tasha S says, "Go ahead, stop you, Dusty. You're right. Look, we're all dusty." And so yeah, can't stop, won't stop. Dust the Fella. Why did I forget about Rockefeller? Dust the Fella Records. Oh man. And Nameless says, "I see. I just returned to the hidden village in the dust. It is good to see the traditions being upheld and respected. Look, we gotta we cherish the traditions, right? So we gotta make sure that we dance in the dust and we pray in the dust, right? We dream in the dust. We love in the dust. We find our brotherhood in the dust, right? You know, the hidden village, remember, it's in the middle of a desert somehow, so they could be dusty. There's always dust on those leaves, right? So yeah. See exactly what Trail said. Dream, dust rules everything around me. Hey, it really is. It's dust. A dust storm. It really is. So on that note, I've been streaming for way too long, Nameless. Um, but Nameless, we got to talk because yeah, it's crazy. They coming after us, Nameless. They're coming after us, right? Dut says Tasha K sounded mad. Better you sit for the ignorant in the chat. You're welcome. Let me see what better you got here before I click off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see. Where did it go? Did it pop up? Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get that link from you. Where the hell the link went? Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna need you to put that link again because it's not popping up. Oh no, I haven't checked it out yet, Nameless. And Nameless says, "Did you see the video I sent you?" No, not yet. I will check that out right when I end the stream. I saw you sent me something yesterday, but oh, that's another thing. So I didn't hit the 100 hours, you guys. Damn it. It's good because I'm still alive, but I got really close. I think I got to like 96 hours. So we will try that again one of these days, right? So yeah, nameless. I just been working entirely way too much. So yeah, but yeah, better you might have to put that link one more again because it didn't show up on my YouTube to let me click it. That's weird. Yeah, yeah, it didn't. I don't know why I couldn't click anything. I didn't even see the comment on YouTube. I don't know if they deleted it or what, but I didn't delete it. Better you said we ain't getting no dusty or girl. We might as well do it. Let's get dusty. Okay, thank you. Let me see. Did it finally show? Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, I got you. I got you. You're welcome. Part two, black man. We don't build. Okay, I got you. Right. And on that note, everyone, we will pause right here. Y'all enjoy y'all dusty day for the rest of your dusty day. In dust we trust. Love. So we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I should change that to love, peace, and um. How are we gonna say this? Dusty ease. No, that's too close to what Toya say. Huh. I'm gonna think about that. We'll revisit that. Right. But yeah, y'all in love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll pause right here. Y'all go frolic in the dust. If you're at work, work real hard for the dust coins that they're gonna give you. Right. We out dust. Somebody throw out a smoke bomb full of dust. Smoke doesn't come out, dust comes out, blinds everyone. Oh man, it's great that Nameless is in here too. Nameless just throws down the smoke bomb, explodes with dust. Defense it, I'm gone, dust. Oh man, Nameless said, "And Dust We Trust" is a classic. Still, and Dust We Trust, I'm telling you, they should have never gave us Dust. They should have never. Dear black women, you realize, we're in this country too, right? You're not the only ones that could turn lemon into lemonade, right? You're not the only one who can do that. What you thought you was gonna call black men dusty and we were gonna find a way to turn it around and mock you with it? Come on now, stop it. And Leon says, we just dusty gym was dusty gymnastic. Dusty, what's that? Gymnastic. Dusty gymnastic. Tasha S. Look, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to read the Dusty talk. I can't look. We can't even decipher our own Dust language, right? Dust style jutsu, as I said earlier, right? We doing the. What did it? Wait. So who would be Gara? Nameless is Gara. Oh, the hidden dust village. Oh man, there really was a sand village, so I guess that's what we are, right? We just dust genistic, Tasha. Wow. Nameless said, hard concept. I know. Thank you for the free laugh. I'm telling you. Lithium says dust WV. Crouching tiger hidden dusties. All right. Hysterical. And on that note, look, we really got to end. Look, Mr. Z been saying that. Y'all right. So we will pause right here. Love, piece of chicken grease, dusty grease. I guess you can fry chicken in dust now because black men we're dusty, so we just come up with creative ways to do things in a dusty manner, even if it's not healthy, right? Yeah. So love, piece of chicken grease. We'll pause right here. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Go frolic in the dust. If you work really hard so that you can get your dust coins and pay your bills in dust checks, with dust dollars. Um,
And yeah, Tasha S. You should have known better. Anyway, so y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out. Dust out, drop smokes bomb. Drop smoke bomb, dust fills the room. We're out.